Hey peeps, it's Julian here from Disrupt Tutoring, and as always, it's such a pleasure to join you. We are doing question 3 from the 2017 Maths Lit Paper 1, and this question deals with dimensions and measurements. So they've said a Happy Life High School makes table centerpieces, each consisting of 4 balloons in a vase filled with sand for the 2017 ball. The school expects 240 people at the ball, and each table can accommodate a maximum of 8 people, and 1 centerpiece will be placed on each table. And then they've given us the diagrams and some of the dimensions of how the centerpiece is made up. There's a rectangle one and there's a cylindrical one. So with 3.1.1, they're now asking to calculate the maximum number of balloons required for all the centerpieces. So we know that each centerpiece has 4 balloons, but now we need to calculate how many tables will be required if the maximum of 240 people come. So to do this, we need to calculate the number of tables, which we know is 240 divided by 8, because it's the 240 people and each table can have 8. So we know that in our calculators, 240 divided by 8 is going to give us 30 people. 30 tables. And then we know that so you can see in the diagram, and they've told us that each centerpiece will need 4 balloons. So number of balloons will be the 30 times the 4 per centerpiece, which gives me 120. So that's the answer for the first question. Okay, then on to 3.1.2. They said that each vase will have a decorative ribbon around it, and this ribbon will overlap by 1 centimeter. Calculate the minimum length of the decorative ribbon needed to decorate 1 rectangular vase. And they've given us the formula that we can use. So we know that the length of ribbon is going to be 2 times length plus width plus 1, because they said it needs to overlap by the 1 centimeter. So where they get this formula, just to explain, is that if the length you can see of this rectangular, it's going to be this length, because the ribbon needs to go around that length, around this width. Then there's a length behind and a width on the side. So basically it needs to circulate this vase. So that's how we get, so if we have, it's the length plus the width of the one side, but it's times by 2, because there's basically 2 widths and 2 lengths. So just writing that formula down, we know that then the length is going to equal 2 times the length. So this is the length of the ribbon, obviously, equals 2 times the length plus the width, and they've given this to us, plus 1. And they've said that the length is 10 centimeters and the width is 6 centimeters. So this is going to equal 2 times the 10 plus 6 plus 1. So remember, the 10 and the 6 come from the 10 centimeters here and the 6 centimeters there for the width. And put that on your calculator. We know that 10 plus 6 is 16, times by 2 is 32, plus 1 is 33. But you can put that in your calculator and you get the answer of 33. And remember, you need to keep this in centimeters. Just put your units, it's always good practice. And then 3.1.3, they said calculate in centimeters cubed the volume of the cylindrical vase. And they've given us what the formula is for the volume of a cylinder. And this formula is pi times the radius squared times the height. And they've even given us the value of pi, which is 3,142. So the first thing we need to do is calculate what the radius is. So radius is half your diameter. So radius will equal your diameter divided by 2, which equals, so they've told us here that that diameter is 12 centimeters. So it will be 12 divided by 2, which gives us 6 centimeters. So that's what the radius equals. So now we can, so now if we want to calculate the volume of cylinder, it's going to equal your, as it's there, it's going to be pi times your radius squared times the height. And then subbing in, we've got that pi is 3,142 times the radius, which is 6 squared, times the height, which they've also given us here, is 28 centimeters, so times 28. Put this all in your calculator, 3,142 times 6 squared times 28, and you get that it equals 3,167,136, and your units is centimeters cubed because it's volume. So you'll get 3 marks for this. So it's 3,167,136 centimeters cubed. Okay, I'm just going to erase the first 2 questions just to make some more space. So the last question is 3.1.4, and that's now they've given us that the volume of the rectangle vase is 1,680 centimeters cubed. 45% of the vase will be filled with sand, and then they've given us that the mass of 1 centimeter cubed of sand is 1,53 grams. Calculate in kilograms, rounded off to 2 decimal places, the mass of the sand required for 1 rectangular vase. So first of all, we need to find out what is 45% of the total volume of the vase. So to get the volume required, so the volume of sand will equal the total volume, which is 1,680 centimeters cubed, and you multiply that by the percentage, so it's 45 over 100, but you can also use the percent sign in your calculator, and you get a total volume of 756 centimeter cubed. Okay, so now we've got the volume of the cylinder, of the triangle vase, the rectangle vase, and now we need to calculate the total mass of the sand. So we take this total and we multiply it by so we've got that 1 centimeter cubed is 1.53 grams. So if we times this 1.53 grams by the 756 centimeter cubed, that will give us our total volume of sand, sorry, the total mass of sand. So the mass of sand will equal this 1,53 grams times the 756 centimeter cubed, and in your calculator you get that this is going to give us a total of 1,156,68, and this is in grams. Okay, so because remember they've given us that it's 1.58 grams and they want it in kilograms, and we know to convert from grams to kilograms we have to divide by 1,000. So if we round it, so 2 kilograms, we'll take this 1,156,68 divided by 1,000, and we get that it equals 1,16. So remember, divide by 1,000 and we need to round to 2 decimal places. So in your calculator you get that the total is actually 1,156, but 56 gets rounded up to 6. And that is your final answer, and remember to put your units, which is kilograms. And that's a wrap. Before I go, I just want to give a special shout out to our epic sponsors for making this video possible. Please read all about them in the description below. Be sure to visit our website for more of these epic tutorials. And remember, if you can't find the answer to your question, just send us your question and we will respond with a personalized video just for you. And until next time, stay epic.